'cause I called you and sing it to them. So, and you came to my rescue, and I wanna be where you are.
You would just bow your head, and if you're coming, go ahead and come. If you're in the balcony, we'll wait for you. Don't miss this opportunity to be rescued. Everybody in the auditorium, if you would, keep your heads bowed, but if you're holding somebody's hand, would you just look this way for just a moment at all of our campuses? It takes a lot of courage to do what you've done today. God's reached out his hand, and you've grabbed it. And I want you to sense that hand that you're holding. Not the person, but what it represents. Is that you were important enough that God jumped in to not rescue us, but you. You, just the way you are. The good, the bad, the things you've done right and wrong. He jumped in to rescue you. He offered his nail-scarred hand to you. And so I'm going to lead you in a prayer. It's a simple prayer. But man, it's a hard prayer to pray because it's a prayer of surrenderance. And you're going to grab his hand with your heart. So would you bow your head? And as I pray out loud, just pray quietly right there in your heart. Just say, Jesus, rescue me. I need to be rescued. I can't swim well enough. I can't be good enough. Can't do enough. Forgive me for doing life my way. I'm going to do life your way from this day forward. Forgive me, change me, transform me, salvage me, and save me. Now the Bible says in those simple words of surrenderance that God did exactly what you asked him to do. So tell him thank you. And then if you would, if you're holding someone's hand with everybody else head bowed, would you look this way one last time? You know what? The Bible says that now God's holding your hand. And it doesn't matter how high the waves are, doesn't matter how hard the wind blows, you will never be by yourself. God doesn't just walk with you, he holds your hand. You will never be alone. Jesus said it this way, I will never leave you and I will never forsake you. Your life will forever be different. You're not just experiencing a refuge, you have been rescued. All those marks on those signs have been wiped away. Jesus wiped them away. The other cool thing is you have the attention of heaven. That always blows me away. I mean, all that's going on in our world, God is a big enough God that you have his attention. And the Bible says that they applaud your courage and your decision. And in just a moment, we want to do that as well. Now, I want to partner with you in your journey. If you need a Bible, we want to give you a free one. Out there in the lobby at the 411 table at all of our campuses, I'd love for you to have one. It's free. We're not asking anything from you. We just want to give that to you. The other thing I would invite you to do is do the very thing that God asked you to do right after you're rescued. And that's to be baptized. In a couple of weeks, we're going to be at the beach. And man, we're going to have a party. We're going to walk into that water, not dissing anything maybe that your parents did when you were young, but completing what they did. We're going to have a baptism. We're going to put on the jersey, in a sense, is saying, you know what? I'm a God follower and I've been rescued. I would invite you to do that. But right now, as you go back to your seat, all the rest of us here are going to express to you what they're doing in heaven. And that is celebrating the courage you have to make this decision. So as you go back to your seats, let's the rest of them applaud, all right, for the decision. You may be seated. Come on, guys, let's celebrate a little bit, all right?